Hello and how are you? Hey friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shen Briscoe, coming to you from right here in where? St. Charles, Missouri. That's right. That's right. Oh, now we see what's going on. We need to turn that volume up a wee little bit. Aha, 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 aha. All right. Hey, today is let's see, what is today? Today is Friday, April the 17th. That means I got some birthday shout outs. That's right, birthday shout outs. Going out to Sherry Williams Divine, Drake Becula, Deborah Lynne Baker. All right. Here we go without further ado. Here is a birthday song for the three of you. I said, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I'ma say. You know, Sherry and Drake and Deborah, you're 1 more year older today. So happy birthday to you, I say. I said, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I'ma say. You know, you're 1 more year older today. So happy birthday to you, I say. Congratulations on them birthdays, I tell you. Congratulations. And then I got my Facebook poked. I've been poked. I've been poked by Crystal Arnold, Melissa Hults, and and well, I'm sure I was poked by somebody else too. Little Miss Little, Deborah, Sue Little. Can't forget her. She pokes me every day. She didn't poke me today. Oh, my goodness. But that's all right. I got some faithful followers. I'm telling you what, I got faithful followers that watch the show daily, and I thought, well, maybe I'd throw a mention out to their names today. So the faithful watchers are Martin Kelly, Alan Adams, Jamie O'Driscoll, Teresa Marie, Shal Salic, Salca, Craig Wyant, MaryAnn Briscoe, John Briscoe, Denise Wyant, Ashley Briscoe, and a few others who forget to leave little likes, forget to hit the button down below so that I know you're watching daily. D-I-A-L-Y, daily. Chris, don't forget Chris. Daily. He's not allowed to hit buttons, so daily. All right then. It looks like it's time for the weather forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. Right now it's about 43 degrees outside, which means it's cold. Yes, it does. Now, this evening we're going to have clouds will give way to clearing overnight. That's right, clearing overnight. Scattered frost is possible. Lows around 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be west to northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, Saturday, sunny skies, highs around 63 degrees Fahrenheit, winds south to southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy during the evening, followed by cloudy skies overnight, lows around 47 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be south to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Sunday, now it's time for Sunday. Cloudy skies, slight chances of rain showers, highs around 63 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds north to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then partly cloudy skies, lows near 40 degrees overnight, and winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, that's okay for Sunday because they're not letting us go to church anyway, so we may as well just not worry about it. And then Monday, April the 20th, sunshine and some clouds. And then highs around 68 degrees. Winds are going to be west to northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then Monday night, partly cloudy skies, lows around 49 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So anyway, Tuesday, mostly sunny. Tuesday, mostly sunny skies, highs around 68 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds north to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies, lows around 49 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds east to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Wednesday, that's right, Wednesday, April 22nd, mostly cloudy skies early with showers developing later on in the day. Highs around 74 degrees Fahrenheit and winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain 40%. Now cloudy with showers near 55 degrees overnight. Winds are going to be southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain 50%. And that wraps up our 5-day forecast brought to you by Wallace Resale. That's right, Wallace Resale on Facebook. Just go to Facebook and find Wallace Resale. Karaoke, not okie dokie. Gonna have to get a whole different system, different microphone or something if I'm gonna try to carry off some karaoke. I tried to do it a little different, but I don't know, it didn't work that way either. So don't let go, let go, let go of me. Okay, I tried to turn off my headset mic and use my whatchamacallit, my regular mic that's supposed to be on here somewhere. I don't know. It's supposed to be a mic on this thing somewhere, probably on my monitor. But whatever. There ain't no mic as far as I know. Mike, are you out there? No mic, no mic. Anyway, songs that I was singing, well, I decided not to sing any songs right now. But I was thinking about telling a little bit of a joke. Now, see, there is a joke that's circulating around on the internet there, and it's an old joke. I've heard it years ago, but it's still funny today, even though. But the guy that was doing it wasn't a very good impersonator, and, well, hopefully I can do a little bit better than he did. All right, let me give it a go here. Let's see. Well, here's the situation. First off, here's the situation. Good old Forrest Gump. It was time for him to. He died, and he was headed for heaven. Well, that's right. That's where you go when you die. Well, and or after you die, shall I say. Well, so anyway, old Forrest, he was headed up to heaven, and he meets St. Peter at the pearly gates. And, well, St. Peter is up there, and he says, well, Forrest says, yes, sir. Well, yes, Mr. Shoot, I lost it. I just about went into somebody else. Yes, from Mr. Peters. And St. Peter said, well, we got a test these days to get into heaven. Test, I'm not really smart. I'm not smart because Mama said that stupid is as stupid does. And, well, I was always growed up to listen to my mama. But anyway, St. Peter says there's only 4 questions, or 3 questions. There's only 3 questions, and you might be able to figure them out if you listen to them carefully and think about it. And Forrest says, oh, okay, I'll try. And so St. Peter says, here are the 4 questions. And Forrest thinks about it for a minute, and he says, can I think about this for a day and come back tomorrow and give you my answers tomorrow? Well, St. Peter says, well, they're pretty tough questions. Yes, I guess that will be okay. So he goes away, and he comes back the next day. And the next day when he gets back, he goes up to St. Peter, and he says, okay, I think I've got the answers. So St. Peter's asks him the first question. He says, there's 7 days in a week. How many of them start with the letter T? And Forrest runs it through his head again, and he says, well, 2. And St. Peter says, 2? How did you come up with 2? He says, well, today and tomorrow. St. Peter says, oh, well, that's not exactly what we were looking for, but I guess I wasn't too technical enough, so I guess that'll do. And so he says to him in the next question, he says, all right, Forrest, you got me on that one, but here's one that's a little bit more difficult. And Forrest says, okay. And he said, and St. Peter says, how many seconds are in a month? Now, this is a math question, you would think, and Forrest starts to think it through his head, and he's thinking math, and he's thinking, how many seconds are in a month? And he says, 12. And St. Peter says, 12? How did you come up with that? And he says, well, January 2nd, February 2nd, March 2nd, April. St. Peter says, okay, I see where you're going with that. I guess we're going to have to let that one slide too. And so Forrest got by on that one too. So now here he sits in the third and final question. And so with the third and final question, it's, okay, do you know God's first name? And Forrest said, why, that was the easiest one of all. And he says, St. Peter says, it was the easiest one of all? How can that be the easiest one of all? He says, because of the song. It goes, his name is Andy. Andy? How did you come up with that? He says, it's in the song. And he walked with me, Andy talked with me. Andy said I was his own. Andy. All right, so St. Peter opened the gate and he says, run, Forrest, run. So St. Peter, and that was the end of that. Sorry, it was kind of lame, but hey, what can I say? It was a Forrest Gump joke. Run, Forrest, run. Bubba, I lost Bubba. So I had to go back and get Bubba. He was my bestest friend. So I was going back to get Bubba, and every time I went back there, there was another soldier boy yelling out, Forrest, Forrest, save me. Well, I was going back and forth, and then I come back, and Lieutenant Dan was laying there, and I grabbed up Lieutenant Dan, and I was running back with him, and he was like, leave me, Forrest, leave me, just leave me. But I took him back, and I was running really fast, and then it felt like something jumped up and bit me. And I said, ow, something jumped up and bit me. It was a bullet, wasn't it? Was that what it was that bit you? All right, sorry, I watched the movie one too many times. Forgive me, boy. I don't have a life. I'm not allowed to watch a movie more than once. I'm not allowed to watch movies more than once. I didn't memorize them on the first go around. Well, I'm trivial buff, and I like stuff like that, though I do stuff like that. Oh, Kimberly Dodd-Little, I forgot to mention her on occasion. She watches the program, too, on occasion. Anyway, let's see. Shaladada used to watch it all the time, but it's been a while since I've seen his like on there. So, and I got people from all around the world that used to watch it all the time. But I don't see their likes out there very much anymore. Maybe they just got bored with it because, well, it's pretty much the same show daily. I don't have a whole bunch of new material, really. I really don't. I'd like to have new material. There's just things that I would like to be able to talk about. Well, you know, you guys talk about stuff every day, and it's not always the same thing, day in and day out. I mean, we should all be able to get off of the one subjects and on to a different subject at some point in time in our lives. So, time in our life. We all need somebody to lean on. So just lean on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll help you up. I'll help you carry on. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll help you fight. I'll help you carry on. Well, just lean on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong. We all need somebody to lean on. Alright, sorry. I got carried away. Carried away with the Lord. A darkened day. I was carried away. Oh, so far away, away. I sing my soul, my Lord, unto thee. I sing my soul, I save my soul, I save my soul, my Lord, to thee under my. Alright, well, these are songs that I'm just kind of picking out of the air, pulling them up, not even pulling out lyrics on them, just sitting and doing and stuff. Anyway, let's see here. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Um, I think it's story time. No, it's not. It's time for a song. I will do that song, okay? And Who Walks With Me lyrics. I come to the garden alone, while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses, and He walks with me and He talks with me, and He tells me I am His own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, no other has ever known. He speaks, and the sound of His voice is so sweet, the birds hush their singing, and the melody that He gave to me with my heart is ringing, and He walks with me and He talks with me and He tells me I am His own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, no other has ever known. I'd stay in the garden with Him. What the heck? Preparing to scan and threats. I don't even have McAfee on there. I got things going on that I just don't know. Oh, wow. And as we tarry there, none other ever known. He speaks, and the sound of his voice is so sweet. Okay, here we go. I'd stay in the garden with him through the night. Around me is falling, but he bids me go through the voice of woe. His voice to me is calling. All right, there it went. Oh, and he walks with me and he talks. Well, I was trying to do some more karaoke today, getting some speakers set up, and the way he stopped loving her today. The song I was using was He Stopped Loving Her Today by George Jones, the old possum. But anyway, I could not get speakers to still overpowering the mic. I'm still overpowering the music speakers because I think the only place they can get in is through this little mic right here. And well, I was thinking that there would be a mic on the computer screen or something, but apparently not. I don't know. Don't know how it's supposed to think or work or whatever, but I don't have one plugged in anywhere as far as I know, a real think. It said I had a real think microphone somewhere, but I surely ain't seen it. But that's beside the point. He Stopped Loving Her Today song lyrics. Oh, those. He said, I'll love you till I die. She told him, you'll forget in time. As the years went slowly by, she still preyed upon his mind. He kept her picture on his wall. Went half crazy now and then. He still loved her through it all, hoping she'd come back again. He kept some letters by his bed, dated 1962. He had underlined in red every single I love you. Well, I went to see him just today. Oh, but I didn't see no tears. All dressed up to go away. First time I'd seen him smile in years. He stopped loving her today. They placed a wreath upon his door, and soon they'll be carrying him away. He stopped loving her today. You know she came to see her one last time. Oh, we all wondered if she would. And well, it kept running through my mind. This time he's over her for good. He stopped loving her today. I placed a wreath upon his door. Soon they'll be carrying him away. He stopped loving her today. All right, there you go, Craig. You can turn the speakers back up. I'm done singing. I'm done singing. For the time being, I'm done singing. For the time being, children's stories. I'm going to try to find something. Something that was Jack and the Beanstalk. I tried that. The Ugly Duckling. I did that. Snow White. I did that. Cinderella. Done that. Hansel and Gretel. Done that. Little Red Riding Hood. Done that. The Elves and the Shoemaker, done that. The Three Bears. Did I do Goldilocks and the Three Bears? I don't think I did. I do not believe that I did do Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Well, there you go. And that I would like to do. It was written by Robert Salca. Well, once upon a time, there was a young maiden named Goldilocks, and she decided that one day she would take a walk. Well, she found herself in the forest. Yes, Goldilocks was walking into the forest. You know, you can only walk halfway into a forest before you're walking out of the forest, because you're halfway in, the other half is out. But anyway, that's beside the point. When Goldilocks, there was these three bears, you see, and they had been sitting in the house, and Mother had made their supper. Well, when she made the supper and it was sitting on the table, well, they realized that it was too hot to eat. So the three bears, they decided to take a walk. So they went for their little walk and jogging, and then Goldilocks, she came upon the little house. And she was getting mighty tired, so she went into the little house, and she smelled the good porridge to eat. So she thought she would go and eat some porridge. She went to the first chair, and she sat down there, and tasted the porridge, and the porridge was much too hot. And so she could not eat that porridge. And then she went to the second chair, and she sat down in that, and that porridge there was much too cold. Brr. So she could not eat that porridge either. So she went to the third and final chair, and she sat down there, and that porridge was just right, and she ate it all up, every last good little morsel bite of it. And then she went over by the television room, and she sat down in the chairs because she thought she would relax for a bit. So she sat down in the great big chair, and she sat down there, and she thought, oh my goodness, this is much too hard. So she got out of that chair, and she went to the next chair, and she sat down in that, and she sunk all the way down to her neck, and she thought, oh my, this is much too soft. And well, then she sat down on the smallest chair, and it was just right and comfortable for a while, and then it broke. Well, she decided that she had better go and take a nap because she had gotten herself tired. So she got upstairs and went upstairs, and she went into the bedroom. When she went into the bedroom, she came across the first bed, and she climbed right up inside in the first bed, and she got up there, and she realized that it was much too hard, and she could not sleep. And so then she went to the second bed, and she crawled up on the second bed, and poof, she sunk down in it to where she was being smothered, and she could not sleep in the second bed because it was much too soft. And so Cinderella, and then Goldilocks finally decided that she would go to the third and final bed, and she was lying right there, and she fell fast asleep. That's right, it was the most comfortable bed in the house. She fell fast asleep. Whilst she was sleeping, in from their walk came the three bears, and they came over to the table, and they all sat down at their chairs, and they sat down, and they were sitting there looking, and Papa Bear, he looked down at his porridge, and he says, someone's been eating my porridge. And then Mother Bear, she looked at her porridge, and she said, someone has been eating my porridge too. And then the little baby bear, he was over there, and he looked, and he said, someone's been eating my porridge too, and they ate it all up. And so they decided that they were not going to be able to eat porridge because, well, it was all gone. And so they went over to the TV and was going to watch TV. And, well, Papa Bear sat down in his chair, and he said, someone's been sitting in my chair. And then Mama Bear sat down in her chair, and she said, someone's been sitting in my chair too. And then Baby Bear went to sit down in his chair, but he could not sit down because it was broken. And he said, someone's been sitting in my chair too, and it's broken all up. So they just decided that they may as well go to bed. So they went on upstairs, and Papa Bear, he climbed over on his bed, and he just barely got in there, and he said, hey, "Someone's been sleeping in my bed." And then Mama Bear plopped into her bed and she said, "Someone's been sleeping in my bed too." And then Baby Bear, he went to his bed and he looked and he saw with amazement Goldilocks sitting right there, and he said, "Someone's been sleeping in my bed and she's still here." And all the bears gathered around, but they didn't mean to harm her or frighten her. But when Goldilocks awoke, she saw the three bears and she fled for her life. And she went down the stairs and fled out the door, and she went a-running to her house. Ever, forever, and evermore she was there, gone from the three little bears' house. And they all got the expression on their face thinking, what was the matter with that little girl? And there's your story of Goldilocks and the three bears. That being said, it looks like it's about time for our portion of the program called Our Daily Bread. Now, today's devotion for Our Daily Bread is called Able to Help. And that's a good thing these days. If you're able to help, you should help. Because with this corona thing going on, it's not the easiest thing in the world to get everybody what they need. So, if you can help, if you got a handout time, go ahead. Help them if you can. Anyway, if you're keeping up with the Bible with Briscoe 2020, the Bible for in the year, today we'll be come on, McCading. We will be reading 2 Samuel 1 through 2 and Luke 14, 1 through 24. That is the Bible with Briscoe 2020. You'll find it that way. Alrighty then. It might just come up under the Bible with Briscoe, but we'll see. I'll just check. I'll go to YouTube, and I will say, wake up, start notepad, the Bible with Briscoe, select all, cut that. Paste that. Yep, comes up the Bible with Briscoe. Now, of course, those are old versions. So I would imagine those are way old ones. Day 11, Genesis. Those are from the ones prior to. Wonder if I can get rid of them. Save report. Save to playlist. Add a queue, save to watch later, report. I don't know. Can't do nothing with it. I was going to try to get rid of them, but it won't work. Anyway, go to sleep. So anyway, able to help is today's devotion. And the scripture to go on with that is Hebrews 2:14 through 18. And, Joe's 8-week break. Yeah, I could see that. Seeing how we're all here and we're having issues with the coronavirus, we're all getting a break. Because, well, we have no idea how long it's going to take. And 8 weeks is what Joe got. But anyway, today's scripture is Hebrews 2:14 through 18. And so I will be reading that right now. Since the children have flesh and blood, he too shared in their humanity, so that by his death he might break the power of him who holds the power of death, that is, the devil, and free those who all live and free those who all their lives were held in slavery by their fear of death. For surely it is not angels he helps, but Abraham's dependents. For this reason he had to be made like them, fully human in every way, in order that he might become a merciful and faithful high priest in service to God, and that he might make an atonement for the sins of the people. because he himself suffered when he was tempted. He is able to help those who are being tempted. And that would be Jesus. Hebrews, well, he was talking about Jesus. For sure, for sure. Alrighty, anyway, that concludes the daily bread portion of the program for today. And that concludes the Shen Show for the day also. So I'm just going to have to say, well, goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Thanks for tuning in to the Shen Show. And as always, you know, God loves you, and so do I. So come back and see me tomorrow because, well, I'll be here, and I hope that you are too.